Hello, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. It's an honor to be here with you, and I hope you've all been happy, healthy, and well, guys. This is what I want to hear. I've missed you all so much. Um, Now, it's been a while since I uploaded, general readings for the signs. But I did feel guided today to do like a Thanksgiving message for all of us. Now, I have one of my favorite mugs here. You guys know I'm big on my mugs, and I tend to switch them out. This one, though, I do use periodically when I record, even when I don't record, when I'm in the mood for it. But I found it about 2 years ago, and I absolutely love it. Um, what it says is begin each day with a grateful heart. And it's very appropriate, I feel, for Thanksgiving. But let's get into the reading here, the message. Now, I have a lot of decks around, okay, that are kind of stacked up, whatnot. And I found it very interesting when I kind of shuffled these two decks, how we end up with the Emperor on the bottom of one and the Empress on the bottom of another. And I think that really speaks to what this message is getting at, or one of the opening messages here. I feel when I'm looking at these two, the Emperor and the Empress signify really the divine masculine and the divine feminine, the masculine energy and the feminine energy, kind of the world around us, of the universe. And or some, we can even say, of the nature of God in a way. We have the masculine and the feminine, creating force, nurturing force. And I feel this really speaks to, I'm even feeling with this message, beginning each day with a grateful heart, or just, I feel one message going into the beginning is like considering this, what is it to be grateful? To be grateful for all that you have. All of us have many different situations. A lot of us are born into certain things. Some are born into more privileged situations, others of us not. And with that, though, when we talk about privilege, what is privilege? These are all very deep discussions, and they're not simple. But one can even say, okay, let's taking the word privilege out of it, family situations, family drama, family history, we're all born into these things, and we grow up with them, we learn from them, those become our experiences. With the Emperor and the Empress, there's this energy, though I'm feeling more grateful. However, this is kind of the balance between, okay, selflessness, which would be the Empress, let's say, and selfishness, which is the Emperor. Now, either one of these two, let's say, forces or two energies in excess can be quite destructive for us. If we are overly, let's say, selfish and ambitious and controlling and kind of trying to stay in control too much, emotionless, let's say, unempathetic, these kinds of things, to the point where it's in excess, it creates destruction. It's a very glum existence, cold, much like the energy on this card, the imagery on this card. Turned to stone. It's cold. It's hard. It's life becomes dull. Even dull is, I feel, even an understatement. It's more just dead almost. It's robotic. There's nothing to it. However, now, on the flip side, with the Empress energy, if we are too emotional, too selfless, as in we have zero control, zero boundaries, that is. In other words, like with Emperor, let's say like we sacrifice ourselves too much. We're too feeling, too empathetic, even with others, to the point, or even let's say too much into our feelings, right? That's destructive as well. It's just a different method. The Emperor energy will burn in a way everything around it. I always say with this energy, this is more, it's like you're drowning in water, in feelings, in either way. One by itself, if it's too much, leads to an imbalance. However, I feel when it comes to gratefulness, right? Relating it back to the message, being grateful doesn't necessarily mean being complacent with your situation. Too much Empress energy, that can sometimes lead to complacency. Being grateful doesn't mean, let's say, you need to be grateful that you have a job, let's say, that does not pay well, that treats you like shit, that underpays you for, let's say full-time work, but they're paying you or treating you like a part-timer when it comes to pay, benefits, these kinds of things. Being grateful doesn't mean being complacent or like being a doormat. What it means is being grateful, let's say, that you have a job, but also knowing with the Emperor that you are more than capable of getting what you deserve. And one can say both of these energies, too, are very much capable of that. The Emperor and the Empress are really the pinnacles they're really the sum of the kings and queens, respectively. But I do feel, let us not confuse, though, gratefulness with complacency in a, less than ideal situation. It does not mean being a doormat. Okay, like, oh, let me be grateful, again, that I'll just use the job as an example, you should be grateful that you have a job, that pays you shitty wages, that, and then there's all these demands on you, but you're not getting compensated for it. Also, I feel now with the Emperor energy, see, too much Emperor energy, this is an energy of like, if this gets out of control, no matter what you have, you'll never be grateful because you'll always be wanting more. That's where the Empress balances the Emperor. So I feel it's about being grateful for the things that you do have, but knowing that, let's say, if you do want to change your situation, you are fully capable of that. But it does, in a way, require you, okay, being grateful for what you have in the moment, knowing that you can change it. So that's what I feel first and foremost, considering these things, the balance between selfishness and selflessness. Too much of either leads to a very skewed worldview or a very skewed perception of what is going on around you. But blend them together, balance them, know when to get into even the extremes of these energies. And kind of being able to go back and forth, or in a way create a synergy between the two. The sum, I feel, of the two is greater than the individual parts. So I feel that is food for thought to consider this Thanksgiving, no matter what your situation. Let's say it's a relationship, okay, that you've been dealing with, or dating, boyfriend, girlfriend. Okay? Especially in the boyfriend, girlfriend stage. Okay? Being grateful does not mean putting up with abuse, putting up with a deadbeat who doesn't have a job, who sits and moans all day and doesn't pay their bills. And moans about everything. They don't want to work. They don't want to. It doesn't mean being grateful for that. It means you have a choice of whether to stay with that person or not. It's almost more like be grateful that you are in a position to be able to choose. And also with the Emperor, I feel this is about like having the power to put yourself in a position where you can choose. There's also a message coming through like in relationships. I feel with this Emperor and Empress energy, it's about, I think successful relationships or reasons why maybe relationships last for long is when both people, both parties know when to give in and when to not give in. There's an energy of like being in control, but when it comes to two people, there will be compromise. You can't control everything, and neither can they. It's about knowing when to give in to your partner and when your partner needs to give in to you. As long as both do that in a fair way, and I just saw 12:12 on the timer, it only works when both people do that. Or one can even say, again, some people, right, some have this more, it really doesn't matter, male, female, I don't deal with that here. But some people have a more controlling personality. They like to be alpha in the relationship. And some people like to be guided. And if that works for you, then so be it. That will work. What doesn't work, though, is when you have kind of two people who are in this energy or this. It doesn't quite work, because then what you get is, two people who are just trying to exert their will over the other one, but nobody gives in. That's not a relationship. It won't work. There'll be too much butting and clashing of heads. So I do feel considering that is important going forward. When it comes to maybe the nature of the relationships, nature of people that you are choosing to interact with, and to deepen your relationships with. There's an energy coming through here too now of when life is going well for you, let's say you've worked for something, now you want to improve the quality of your life. Let's say there's some things that you're not too thrilled about. Change it. Do something about it. Always remember, you have the power to do these things. Now, I also feel like there is a message here too of how do I say this? It's almost like when you finally get what it is that you proverbially want. Be grateful you got it. When it's almost like the question is popping up of like, okay, let's say You get everything you want. God gives you everything: the cake, the batter, the eggs, the dough. No, not the dough. The flour, the cake. No, so the flour, the eggs, the milk, the whatever it is that you need to bake this cake, and you do it. Will you be wanting for more, or will you finally just enjoy it? Will you finally be grateful for what you have and kind of just enjoy life, not want anymore, not need anymore, not, you know what I mean, other than the basic needs of life, right? Which would be, right, like, what do we really need to survive, to live? A little food, a little water, warm place to sleep. I swear, there's a message coming through of like, okay, when you get what you want, will you actually enjoy it? Will you actually be grateful for it? And just live and enjoy life. That's part of what's coming through here. And especially the in between time, I feel too. You know, there are some things that maybe we can't have in life, and that's okay. Oh, that's what I'm also feeling with the Emperor. You know, when it's something too that let's say that we don't have, or that we can never have, let's say, right? And there are those things that exist, all different kinds of situations. Certain things do require acceptance. And I feel that's the Empress. See, there's like an energy too of like, let's say, betrayals coming through here, right? Of things that have happened to us. Okay, it happened. And I feel the give and take, it's kind of like, okay, you have this situation, other people, there are many myriad of situations, right? It's almost like, how do I say this? It's about, I feel, accepting the hand that was dealt to you and playing it to the best of your ability. Almost playing it like a badass, in a way. When it comes to things in the past, though, there is an energy here of getting a hold of it. Things that, do affect you in a negative way. Especially things like betrayal and things that involve the choices, let's say, of other people. Get back in control. And it's almost like harp not on it. Don't harp on it for too long. I just saw the moon and the Emperor. It's like an energy of getting a hold or getting control of your emotions in those types of situations. But that does not mean suppressing them. It means feeling them, working through them, but then also getting a hold of them. Doing whatever it is that you need to do to balance yourself out. Let's switch gears now. Feeling there's a message for somebody out there with new love. For love, new love. Kind of like energy of like a single, somebody who's waiting on somebody, maybe to make a move, has their eye on somebody afar. This feels like an energy about the other person. Hey, maybe you've put something out there already, or you're interested in somebody. Let me see here. Or maybe you're just open to it. Let's see. Okay, there's the Judgment card. Eight of Pentacles. The Lover. Okay, there is an energy here. You may have your eye on somebody, or, I feel like situations are being resolved. There may be somebody who is currently, it feels like either in a relationship but it's more in the process of breaking up. And it feels kind of like maybe you've been through this already. Maybe you've kind of had your or a breakup or your breakup and you're kind of available. It feels like they are still in the process. This Judgment card kind of feels to me with the Eight of Pentacles of like they're learning certain things, like lessons about love, going through that growth. But there is an energy. It does feel like somebody is either has just broken it off or is about to. And it feels like they're reassessing, reevaluating their life, reevaluating their priorities when it comes to relationships. Maybe this is somebody who, got into it with someone, another person, for the wrong reasons, or they were attracted to them, but they had some lessons to learn, about love, about what do I tolerate, what do I don't, why am I choosing a person? Is it to please my family? Why am I staying in it if it doesn't agree with me? This is the kind of energy that I'm getting, and it feels like somebody is going through a breakup. And it does feel there may be long distance between you two, or it may be too that a friendship has yet to form. You may have reached out to somebody or given them a little gift or this, and it feels very friendly. But it does feel like this person maybe was not or is not currently available right now, but they are about to be. Kind of feeling like situations are balancing out. And I feel like this person's doing research, figuring, but not even Googling. It more feels like maybe they're deepening their spirituality. I also like kind of deepening the relationship with God in a way, is what I'm feeling. It's feeling like they're starting to understand some spiritual truths. They're deepening their own spirituality. But I also feel with this Eight of Pentacles, it's very simple as like some self-work, some self-analysis. They're kind of looking back at their life and realize, oh, here's what I did, but that didn't work out, or that didn't work well for me. A lot of this energy I'm really getting is like about maintaining images, or like doing what's right, maybe for what mom or dad says, or brother, sister, the family image, but it's not right for them. And I feels like a relationship is about to break up, or is breaking up. I also get an energy of like, there is this energy of coming through of like, maybe the right person was always in front of you, and it is feeling like this is maybe the other what the other person is going through, just depending on your situation. But it's more this energy of maybe the right person was always in front of you, but you were distracted by the wrong person. The wrong one was in the way. I do feel a new friendship forming. There's the Chariot, Empress, Page of Pentacles. I mean, Page of Cups. You know, there's this energy of communication coming through from somebody, and it does feel friendly. It also feels like a deep love, or it does feel like a love, or let's say you gave them a gift. It really meant a lot to them, or you reached out to them. I do feel with these pages, though, that they may not be ready to jump right into a relationship with you, or with anybody for that matter. And I think that is okay. Page of Swords, the Wheel. There's this energy of somebody maybe also with a kind of big career who is working. They're still balancing out their life. And I also feel like maybe their relationship with whoever they were with, it was someone who was a little, I don't know, jealous, or, didn't like the success that they had. And it kind of made them feel bad, and now they're coming out in a way where it's, I don't know how to say this. It's like now they're actually enjoying their success without someone raining on it, being jealous. And their walls, see, they're coming out as page, which is, it's friendly. They're open, but there is this energy of like, I feel them testing the waters to see if you're like one of those. And when I say one of those, I mean like jealous. They won't have it. They're looking to see, are you jealous? Now, if it's long distance, there is this energy of, I don't know how to say this. Logistics may play into it. Like, okay, somebody would have to move. There is an energy, I'm feeling this, like maybe the one with the bigger career or something, somebody else would have to move to the one with the career. Or let's say the bigger career. I don't know how to say it in another way, because it kind of feels like maybe somebody's, feels like one of these situations maybe where somebody makes more money than the other, or like they have a very established career, and it would be damn near impossible for them to just pick up and come to the other one, whether that's you or them. It's feeling like somebody is going to need to pick up and move. It wouldn't maybe work long distance forever. Like someone is going to need to pick up and move. And it's feeling though like the one with the way it's coming out for me, and what I'm hearing right is the one with the kind of bigger career. This person may be a little famous in their own right, or have a very high profile job, what they do, or professionally. They may have quite a following, or that could even be you. It's more feeling like one of those situations. That's something that would have to be ironed out. Somebody will have to move, though, to the other. That is what I'm feeling. But it does feel like a stable connection. Once it happens, it feels like an energy of the passion is there, but also the emotion. I also feel like this person may be a little friendly in the beginning. It feels like they maybe they won't reveal or do too much sexual or flirting. And then once they start to kind of trust you, and even though they feel these things with you, once they trust you, then they start to open up and maybe flirt a little. They become playful, less carefree, because there's this energy of like testing the waters with those other pages. This page is more flirty, more fun, carefree, laid back. But it's coupled with the King of Cups, which makes me feel it's kind of the flirting that matters. That's actually stable. It's like I trust you enough now as a friend, or like emotionally, where I can really let my guard down and kind of show my true self, like the carefree version. This person feels like they would take a risk with you. But I do get an energy, though, of it's kind of like going slow. Like, I don't know if I want to say going slow. It's more like, I don't know if it's playing hard to get. It's not really coming out that way. It's more like, no, I'm not interested in any of this with you unless I can trust you. I'm not flirting with you. I'm not playing that game of, oh, your pretty eyes and the but. No, no, no. It's more like, I think that's what I'm more feeling. And it's not, it could come off as playing hard to get, but it's not that kind of energy of like, oh, them being in love with attention. No, it's not that. It's more like, let's see if you can be my friend first. Do you actually want to get to know me, or do you just, is it infatuation? Do you actually want to get to know me without anything sexual or flirty, Do you want to hear about the boring things in my life? That's what I feel. Let me see, anything else that you need to know? Anything else? Thanksgiving message, please. Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. There is an energy here now. I feel this isn't in general. There's the Knight of Pentacles. This feels like maybe for the holiday season. There's this energy coming through of balancing out. It's like an energy of work-life balance. I feel with this, the Ten of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, especially this jolly Knight of Pentacles, there's this energy of working hard, doing what you have to do, but also remembering to stay in balance. Goes back to the beginning of the message. I feel it as kind of like, careful what you sacrifice for a little money, or careful what you don't do. There's this energy of like enjoying the holidays with people, with your family, with your close ones while you can. A lot of you, there's this energy with this Knight of Pentacles of like cooking, baking. I'm feeling like kind of showing up, enjoying, be it whether it's Thanksgiving itself or maybe even going into the Christmas season, Hanukkah, the holiday season. There's just this energy of working, but then, working so that you can enjoy the holiday. Don't forget to enjoy this time. I also get this energy, some of you, it may be a little difficult this year, whether you've lost someone, whether you, depending on your situation. I feel this energy of, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do, of course, but there is kind of a guidance here too. Maybe there's like an energy of remembrance and maintaining traditions. If it's, going to be like a bittersweet holiday or a sad, there's still this energy coming through of making the best of it. Honoring those maybe who are no longer with us is what I'm kind of feeling. I'm also getting an energy of like reconnecting maybe with old, like family who you haven't seen in a while. There's funny. There's the Emperor, Seven of Swords. There may be somebody who you also like, maybe people like that you don't get along with. You know, it's feeling like maybe a little family drama, or like there's that one person, I don't know, that's kind of like fake or like just always a problem, makes up stories, whatever. Mm. I'm getting more an energy of, I don't know how to say this. It's like not letting one person at like a large gathering, like if it's a large gathering, let's say, you know, just because they're there doesn't mean that you don't have to show up or something. Like if there's other people who you really value, you know, all you need, hello, goodbye. That's it. You don't even have to, you just, hello. There's like an energy almost of keeping it cordial with somebody. Really depends on your situation, but I am getting kind of that energy of like just showing up, hello, you know, because it does feel that like there are people that you do want to see, and not letting like one bad egg spoil the holiday for you, or like the bun. That's what I'm kind of feeling. There's also, okay, there's an energy of, I don't know, somebody who may have like a baby mom or a baby dad. There's like this energy of someone who doesn't do anything. I know what I'm feeling too. Oh, now I'm getting an energy of like, oh, it feels like a baby mom or a baby dad who does nothing throughout the whole year, but then you show up for like the holiday, but you'll come to eat, and you'll come, you know, as if you're like, you've been supporting your kids the whole time, and then oh, here you are now. And this is, so now I know what I'm feeling like, who uses the holidays for like, I don't know, like, oh, they twist it around and say, you know, this is a time for, you know, oh, getting together and forgiveness, right? But they're not taking accountability. Oh, now I'm getting a very specific situation. It's like, that's what, okay. And I am feeling this type of energy of like someone not being welcome. Play those cards wisely. It may even be that someone just shows up out of the blue. Someone who kind of did someone dirty with kids or like the family, and like then just shows up. And there is an energy with the Eight of Wands judgment of like possible argument. I don't know if I want to say like an argument. It is feeling like that. It's kind of like an energy of, okay, you know, like maybe they did that. It's coming off a little bit calculating, like now's not the time to like have an argument at a holiday, or like not the time to discuss this. And they may have shown up knowing that people don't want to fight. It's kind of like annoying the way this is coming out. But there is an energy of like a relative or someone who's just like, get out of my house. No, you're not, get out of here. Like, you're not welcome here. And I also want to say, like, there's always that one aunt or uncle. And like, it's coming out like there's someone who's not afraid to say it. All right, now I'm not looking to start any fights at the holidays, okay? So don't take my message the wrong. But it does feel though like someone, if it's that kind of a situation, it is like someone just showing up, like looking to be forgiven or something, or or like just get a plate of food, like after they've treated or like not paid their support, or like kind of abandoned you for the whole year. That is coming out. So be mindful of that. And if anything, there's like an energy of let me see how to best deal with that if that comes up. The sun. The truth is best. I do feel with the Two of Wands, make your decisions wisely. I also feel like there is an energy if children are present. There is an energy of just choose your battles wisely. Okay? Three of Swords, Two of Cups. That's what I'm feeling. Or maybe like rather than, okay, it could be one of these situations where like doing something in front of everybody versus doing it in a closed room, like or outside, like in private. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting. Is it best to address someone? Because the sun is there, which to me is truth, speaking the truth. But is it something that really needs to be said in front of everybody? Or one of those, can I speak with you privately in the other room, please? Like let's talk outside, like one of those situations. Okay? So that is what I'm feeling, and I am feeling too, like, if there are any issues with family, okay, and this is general message, any issues with family, it is best to address them privately. Don't do it in front of people. If you have an issue with somebody, okay, and there's always issues, right? In fact, there's always something that eventually pops up, right, in relationships. Do it privately. One-on-one. Not when other people are listening. This one's there, that one's there. On the other end of the phone. No. One-on-one, private. Holidays, or sometimes, like when people get together after they haven't seen each other for a while, it can always get a little awkward, but there is an energy of like know when to do it and when not to. So that's what I feel. All right. So I do hope this message resonated with you. I'm sending you so much love. And happy Thanksgiving to you all. I do look forward to uploading some more readings now that, my life is starting to balance out again. So I'm sending you much love, and bye-bye now.